Hello, hello, Brachiosaurus here, welcoming you back once again to Denmark in Europa Universalis 5. We've just finished up a war with Lithuania, Sweden, and Norway, taking some land off of them, and before we could even split it off into vassals, our ally Hungary called us into their war against Serbia and Poland. So we are once again at war with Poland, moving our regulars freshly off of the battlefields in Lithuania and coming down into Danzig and into northern Poland. Elsewhere in the world, we are colonizing as swiftly as we can manage in the New World here in the Caribbean and also up in the Americas, in North America. We do see that England has started some colonies of their own. They seem to have, if we zoom out, we can see they have a border around Prince Edward Island and this small island chain there, and they are spreading out onto the mainland now. We are in the Treaty of London event with them, where we are going to get the claims west of the treaty line, which is in Prince Edward Island, and they will get claims to the east. So that will give pretty much all of North America to us, at least as long as this treaty holds. The Reformation is spreading in Europe. If we go to the religious mode, we can see a lot of blue coming in, especially in Germany, coming in quickly in Sweden, and then quite a mixed bag of it in England and in Denmark proper. Just Reformation all over the place. So, if this agreement between Denmark and England were to break down, for example, by leaving the Catholic faith and no longer having the Pope to enforce it, then that would make the agreement kind of pointless, wouldn't it? So I am going to push to settle the treaty, advance the progress, because I think it's in a great spot for Denmark if England gets everything east of here. That basically means they get Brazil, and we get everything else in the Americas, much like Spain did in history. The other interesting part of this treaty is that Spain is not a part of it. So I don't know if that means that they'll be focused on Africa and Asia more so than the New World. That would work just fine for me, but we'll see. The other thing that I looked at that I wanted to point out is the Great Pestilence. 5,000 deaths in Denmark, which is not too many, but millions and millions died from these plagues and pestilences in Central America. So we do see that Maya, if we look at their population graph, everything was going well until a few decades ago, and then very quickly things are not well for them. So feels bad that they're down to 600k population, but it also makes them a bit of an easier target if we can ever get there. Speaking of getting there, I was having a peek around the research tree. There are some great advances in printing press, including the exploration casus belli. So I think we do want to get printing press sooner rather than later. But in the meantime, we do have to finish picking up some naval advances like Carracks. That'll be helpful to have. We are going for the construction center so that we can build more. And +1 possible government reforms is a pretty big one. So we'll queue those two up, get them in the system, and we'll add these military traditions as well so that we get Cavaliers. Not sure how good these Cavaliers are. If we can hover and hover. It looks like they're basically an upgraded heavy cav with 4-5, 500 strength. So yeah, they're an upgraded noble heavy cav, it looks like, but with a lot more, a lot less damage taken, and a lot more damage, a lot less strength damage taken. So less morale and strength damage taken, so they'll stay in battles longer. Looks like they are a levy though, so I haven't been using the levies too much. We'll go with that for now. Actually, I am going to cancel sending people to the colonies. At least for now. Yes. That'll be good for now. So, we have to deal with Poland. One other thing. I keep forgetting to move my guy around. I am going to put him in Zealand in the capital region, and I think I'm just going to leave him there for a little bit. Our other guys are developing. We could assimilate some of the remaining Swedes. Are there any? There are 5% Swedish, but I think they're all up here in the areas that I'm going to partition off. But in any case, we will try and convert. Let's see our lower population areas. Ostfold is rather low. Narki has 50,000. Vasta isn't on the list, and Sodermanland isn't on the list. Oh no, Sodermanland 40,000 and Vasta 30,000. So we'll go for Vastamanland. Since they're the smallest, we'll have the most effective conversion against them in terms of overall percentage of the population. Aside from that, we will unpause. We do have a parliament in session, which we're barely positive on, so we don't want to lose any more there. And we will start advancing down into Poland all over again. Feels like we've been here a few times. Oh, that is, excuse me, the expectations of Lubeck. Parliament members in Lubeck are receptive to our proposal in the debate. All right. Distinguished midshipmen in Bjorn's expedition. Upon the successful return of the expedition to Caracas, we hear that Bjorn Eriksson gives much credit to a promising young officer who served the expedition with great distinction. We get a new explorer, Magnus Hakon, of Danish culture and Lutheran religion. And we lose 400 gold. Those guys cost over 1,000, so let's give them a command. Who is this? Stop, stop, stop everything. This is a mercenary fleet of cogs and hulks. Let's engage it. Let's engage it with everything we've got. Because I do have some ships of my own. And I think we can take the cogs and the hulks. Yes, we took 25 of them down. I don't want those guys getting loose in my territory. I don't want to know if they're transporting somebody. Where did they come from? I guess Poland does have a port over here. So let's bring all... Oh, they're still back there. They're trying to come back. We're not having it. 20 more sent to the bottom of the sea. Sad news, one of our admirals died. We need to get all of the cannons involved in this siege. Unlocked the Lazaretto. Disease resistance plus 25. But it costs 800. Yowza. It's a lot of disease resistance. I don't want to raise my levies if I can avoid it, because I'd rather just have my people working. And it looks like Poland is down here fighting against Hungary, which works pretty great for me. Let's take Plock. And then we'll move up on this other castle here, Agnes. Nice to meet you, Agnes. Ah, our Estonian allies are down here. We did get the counting houses, which is great. That'll give us more crown power. Is the city of Warsaw just wide open for the taking? Don't mind if I do. A riverboat ride. A kindly group of Pennacook hunters has helped Al Abidin's expedition of New Hampshire by ferrying his party around in curious rowboats up and down the rivers and coastlines. Sightseeing is best with the locals. Okay, let's get on Plonsk proper and take it. And then I think we can move these guys. We'll get somebody on Morag. Actually, yeah, we're going to need them to extend the supply line. Oh, well, that was quick. Poland accepts peace. 4 locations to Hungary. Annuls treaties with Lithuania, Austria, and Serbia. And hands over 600 ducats, which it doesn't look like I got very much of. Well, at least we pieced out quickly. I do appreciate that from our allies. Let's get everybody back to the center. We'll put them in Colding, why not? And then let's reassign our fleets. We'll take the heavies home to Copenhagen. We'll take the galleys and put them on patrol of the whole West Baltic. We'll get this is like the Lubeck patrol fleet. The Lubeck squadron, we'll put them on patrolling the Eastern Baltic in front of Lubeck. And not lastly, they can go to Odense, the Royal Galleys. Where's my Oslo squadron? Patrol the seas in the Western Baltic in the Skagerrak. A look outward. Our thinkers, taking the cue from the government's relaxed attitude to these things, have started to take an interest in those who are not like us. Those who speak a different language or live in another country. These ideas will help when it comes to dealing with those people. 10 prestige. Claims on Milan and Varmland. That's just claims on Estonia. Those are our vassals. I don't particularly care about them. And in New Hampshire, we've gotten everything mapped out. England, growing quickly up there. New Hampshire, not that impressive resource-wise. So I think what we'll do... Do I even care that much, or should I let England kind of take hold in here? I kind of want to wrap this treaty up before England takes any more. Caracas. Did we get that? That's Caracas, isn't it? Get me on the world map. No, this is, I guess. because we sent our colonists here. So yeah, Caracas, Guanmonte, and Nirgua. What do they have? Cocoa, cotton, silver, decent resources all around. And then on the treaty, they will be claimed by Denmark on ratification. So that's good. That's plenty good. And there's nothing for us to claim. So I think let's put out another charter, and we'll supply them from somewhere else. We'll supply them from Funen. And I'm just going to ignore the war in Serbia. Hungary can handle that themselves. They've got their 11k down there. They can march down. They're building training fields. They're building all kinds of stuff. So we'll just go back up to speed 5, I think. Maps of Massachusetts. And a death in the family. Our third cousin, Centual, who I don't think we had doing anything useful. Massachusetts has iron. So that's something new. Not amazing, but it is something. So we're getting like a pretty like average to decent resource mix in New England over here. Historically New England, but we're going to make it New Denmark. We do see our colonial nations are branching out. Avalon is sending people over here to settle. And Magua is colonizing up the Caribbean a little bit. Detailed maps of New Jersey. Chris Van Loben. New Jersey has not too much, some iron. Iron's not bad. Oh, come on. Ships lost in the Skagerrak. You've got to be kidding me. Why would you be losing ships? Don't you have a patrol order? Can't you... I thought that if I gave them the patrol order that they wouldn't... They would go home when they're taking attrition. Everybody else has gone home. Except for them. They're out. And I guess them, are they out? This is out at sea. But these guys are out here taking attrition and dying. That's unsad. That's not okay. The colony of Unumakik. We will add them to Kipaktuk. Kjipaktuk. England are moving the line. Did they move the line? That's where it used to be. I'm okay with that line, if that's where you want the line to be. The colony of Zemaka. Let it join Magua. Okay, I think I can boost my cost of colonies back up so that they grow properly. Grow up nice and big and strong. Had I sent an emissary? I had. To the Papal State. And we are annexing Vastagotland? We are. I'd like you to finish this war, Hungary. So that I can move on with my life. Let's explore Prince Edward Island, just for the fun of it. Just to see England over there. And what's this? Maryland, Delaware, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania. We will explore from, let's go from nearby. Mr. Ingvar Johansson. What's the next one down? Maryland. We'll send them from Bohio. We'll send Carl. Just build a handful of any buildings that'll make us money. Tools. Tailors. Lots of workers available in Lubeck. Oh, I need a library for some of my new towns here. Looks like tax season is over and we're back down to 55. Radical reforms. Radical to simple minds, perhaps, but not to our kingdom. I don't want to pay the stab. I don't want to lose innovative, but I don't want to pay the stab, so we'll do that one. Trade advantage goes up. Here, we'll build that one. Wish them good luck and good speed. In PEI. She's terrible. And we are up to number 12, great power, or world power I should say, just on the outside of the great powers. Let's get that last library set up. Oh, we could build one in Memel. She's terrible. No, I won't peace out Serbia. I won't betray Hungary. I won't do anything, but the colony of Havana, they can go join Magua. Leaders of England have sped up the ratification. They are setting up all kinds of different colonies, it looks like. So we can claim areas up there, or we can shift the line, but nowhere down south here. We can only shift in the north. And the line is still there. Yeah, so these bits of Labrador would go to England because they're east of that line. That's fine. Should I claim Mass? I've claimed Quebec, so they should stay out of that. Looks like they're taking Maine and New Brunswick. Not sure that I can do much about that. This is just prestige, and settling is religious influence. So yeah, let's just claim the area to be safe. Explorers heading out to Maryland and Pennsylvania. The exodus of Osby. The people of Osby no longer feel represented. Why not? It's because you're mostly Lutheran. We will once again replace the priest. Wasn't there an advance to repair at sea? Oh dear. The colony of Quinnipiac. We will add you to Mannahatta. No, go away. Who's rebellion? Rebelling. Nobody important. The missionary we sent to Colding. Did I send a missionary to Colding? Yeah, that's fine. I'm not too worried about conversions. I'm happy to go Lutheran if it comes to that. Just gonna let the events come to us. Slave conversion laws. I thought that I had ratified this already. I kind of don't want to mess with it if it's going to keep coming back. We are doing okay on legitimacy at 89. I'm just looking for ways to maybe cut our costs. Maybe I need to reinvest in food. Oh, everybody's dying. We've maxed relations with the two Gotlands. We're about to annex one of them. More nobility in the army. With the increased privileges of the nobility come additional duties. They are expected to serve in the army as officers and true gentlemen. We can get aristocracy and quantity, or we can get plutocracy and quality. I feel like we're more towards quality. I feel like we want quality and aristocracy. Army maintenance, morale speed, recovery, tactics, and initiative. Maybe quantity is better. But you get less initiative over there. We'll go with the nobility. Another colony. They can join Kajipuktuk. And that'll basically be it for Kajipuktuk. If England takes everything else over there. Exploring Pennsylvania. Oh, look. Who's this? Who's this? What are you doing over here, Castile? You don't belong here. Excuse me. Excuse me. You're not a part of the Treaty of London. Come on, let's get this treaty wrapped up. Who's this? A consort for King Corfitz Estridson. As our king is not married, the nobility has expressed concerns over the continuation of our monarchy. Well, we're elective. We're fine. One of the most important nobles, Hatui Goinabo? Is Goinabo an important noble? Who's this person? They want us to marry a Thai now, a native person who's come back to Denmark. And the nobility support this. I don't think so. I have my doubts. He's 75. We're waiting for him to die any second now. He has great grandchildren. Why would Austria break their alliance with us? That's not very nice. I guess we do need to reduce our aggressive expansion with those two. And maybe we should accept printing press for 11 stability. Good. Annexing Vasta Gotland is done. We've gained cores all throughout. Guyana is discovered as well. Did Vasta Gotland finish converting? They did. Excellent. Well, we will... That's an odd placement for the kingdom's name on the map, right over Ostrogotland. But we can annex them to clean it up. So we'll get that started. I do want to see the printing press. How far is it spread? I think after this war, it'll become a bit cheaper because I'll shave off some of these vassal locations. Why is this at 2%? What are you doing? Hungary, just go beat them up. Just go get them. What do you... They've got 8,000. Where's your army? England has moved the line again. Baldwin von Selly. He's got some stats. I think we will get him a wife. And we'll go look at, what was it, Guyana? Guyana. Sparse locations, but they do have pearls and gold and other good things like that. Do we need to fight Castile for this cocoa? I'll accept. If Hungary's not going to take their war seriously. I mean, I did what I could for them in Poland, and I've got my own business to attend to up here. Can we turn this into a historical subject? Samogitia for the Samogidians. Sure, why not? They get a historical flag at the very least. It's kind of in the south, so I guess we'll make it a vassal. And then they better not be Romuva. They are Romuva and they are Samogidian. So we will. We can't enforce religion? Why not? They need more loyalty. Why are they disloyal? They're small and pathetic. They have no loyalty. I see. Interesting to know. Well then, we will create custom subjects here as a vassal. We'll give it to, I don't know, somebody who's just fine, who's not especially good. Oh, you know what? Where's Algot Albertson? Is Bjorn still around? Bjorn is. He's 64. He can retire to Livonia, our explorer. Or to Lithuania, I should say. And then we'll create some fiefdoms up here. This one as a fiefdom. Narki as a fiefdom. And this one as a fiefdom. And we'll get our counselor back. And we will put him on... We should just develop something. Develop something good with a whole bunch of people. Wow, Vasta Gotland has a lot of people. Maybe we should send colonists from Vasta. Vorpommern is populated as well, as is West Mech. So let's develop Vorpommern. Nice big province. We are getting some conversion of the local Pomeranians into Danes. We love to see that. Not particularly urgent, but just nice. Brema, no. Buzz off. Why is the handsome mad at me? Or are they mad because I'm annexing subjects? Okay then. Okay then. Here, printing press costs 300. Yeah, let's annex. Let's take it. The ability to mass produce the written word would revolutionize the spread of information and in many ways early modern society as a whole, pioneered by Renaissance men such as Venetian printer Aldus Manutius. The new art helped fuel the Renaissance by making the translated classics more widely available. Later, the Reformation benefited greatly from the ability to spread critical publications and translations of the Holy Scriptures. Now that printing has matured as a technique and spread throughout Europe, hundreds of thousands of copies of everything from religious and political pamphlets to scientific treatises and instructions on how to behave are circulating the continent. With print shops growing ever more commonplace, rulers have found it hard to contain the new technique, as the comparatively easy means of production means censorship can be sidestepped by moving business across a border or even just changing the name on a title page. There we go. Last institution embraced. We do have a new colony. We will add them to the old colony. We are approaching in another 16 years or so the end of this age. So we do have some techs to sort out. We'll just add them to the queue. I don't think any of them are particularly needy. So we'll go for the exploration CB. We'll pick up counter-espionage because it's right there. Guild of Artists, Peasant Satisfaction, Crusades, Statecraft and cabinet seats and paved roads. Those are all real nice. Power projection. Not totally sure what power projection does, but it seems good. And then we get some upgraded building types down here. So we'll get cultural influence. I want all of these. Oh, no. Ah, where'd you go? New World. Printing press. I don't know which ones are the most important. I guess these ones are free, and then we'll pick up the building upgrades. And what are cabinet laws? Administrative clergy. More cleric satisfaction, move towards traditionalist. Nobility role. Meritocracy. Dynastic admin. I don't know. I'll wait off on that. I mean, I guess it's all benefits, so we'll add it. Anything that I'm missing out on? None of these seem super important. Light Lancers, not that important. Supply lines, not that important. Navy morale, we'll grab that. RGO size. Ooh, merchant quarters, that's a good one. Trade range. Okay, there you go. 36 research queued up. That'll keep us busy for a little while. Click up some RGOs. We will fund the dictionary again. The Bible translated. A priest in Copenhagen has translated the Bible into the Scandinavian language and has started to distribute copies of it to nearby villages throughout Denmark. They claim that translating Bibles to other languages than Latin gives the people the best resource for knowing God in a language that speaks to their minds and hearts. However, the Church opposes this, as this is clearly against the will of God. Is it? Is it, though? We can get pop assimilation speed, +10, or we can get a whole bunch of Lutheran preachers. I kind of want both. I'm not in a rush to go Lutheran, so I'm going to say that will take the assimilation. Ooh, medicaments are actually worthwhile. That's amazing. A friendly dog. We'll take the dog. The reformer Hans Towson. Is he... No, Martin Luther is in the cabinet of Hainaut. Okay. Our courtier, Hans Towson. Look at him. He's got some good numbers. The Reformation has set Europe ablaze. Theologians in every university and every church have no other topic but to comment on the work of Martin Luther. In our own territory, the institutions of Copenhagen, a group of reformers emerged, spearheaded by Hans Towson. He is preaching of the corruption of Catholicism and of the dire need to reform not only in Denmark, but in the Catholic Church, with or without the support of the entire church. All right. And the Lutheran preachers come to Copenhagen proper. Let's keep an eye on him. I'm not sure if we want to put him in the cabinet, you know? I'm just not sure. We've got some decent cabinet members. They're all family members, giving us that crown power. Maps of Maryland. Fish, iron, tobacco, maize. Decent, but not amazing. It seems like the good stuff is maybe further down here. So let's explore down there. We'll leave from Bohio. Maybe we should send Hans exploring. He's got 100 mil. Let's get rid of the guy. Send him to the New World. It looks like Magua is handling the colonization of Cuba. Has that all in hand on their own. Good to see. Lumber RGOs. Horse RGOs. We'll get those, and then we'll get a few buildings going in Copenhagen. A couple of these. Preserving the Gesta Danorum. Didn't we already have this? Oh no. With the advent of the printing press revolutionizing the way we preserve and disseminate knowledge, an opportunity has arisen to protect and enhance one of our most cherished historical documents, the Gesta Danorum, a cornerstone of our national heritage, could greatly benefit from this new technology. By utilizing the press, we can ensure the document's quality is preserved, produce multiple copies for distribution, and make this invaluable account of our history accessible to a wider audience. Regionally renowned at 71%, created in 1208, a chronicle. I feel like we should preserve it. As expensive as it is, I feel like we should preserve it. Is this going to bankrupt the country? No, we'll be fine. We've got 23,000 and we need 2,000. Caravel ships. England is not doing a good job of respecting the treaty here. Nor is Castile. Is this my claim? It's not my claim, but what if I can't claim it. I wonder if South America just isn't a part of the treaty. Let's claim... Should we claim New Hampshire to slow these English down? I think we let them have that one. It didn't seem that good. And we'll claim Jersey. The French colony, that's unacceptable. The French are out here too. God, the French are out here. The French colony of Kamichi. The French are trying to colonize in New Jersey. And I can't afford to compete with them. Detailed maps of Pennsylvania. What do they have? Coal, iron, fur, lumber, tobacco. Getting better. They keep saying that they're shifting the line, and the line is not shifting. I just want to make sure these are all claims by Denmark. Yeah. Fine by me. God, when is this guy gonna die? He's been our king forever. We elected him because he was old. He was like 62, I think. I thought he was gonna be a very temporary placeholder. And he's anything but. France appears Who's got a good harbor down here? Patapsco. I think that's in Baltimore, IRL. We will send some good Vastagotlanders down to Baltimore. Clergy losing influence. More than any other estate, the influence of the clergy is dependent on their standing with the common man. It is difficult to pinpoint exactly why, but over the past few years, the clergy have come to be seen less as the spiritual guardians of our country and more as rich and corrupt intrigue makers. Yowza. Combined with some unfortunate investments in the clergy properties themselves and poor political maneuvering, the clergy have been losing both power and influence. Ultimately, unfortunately, they seem to be deflecting the blame and instead criticize the government for their loss of standing. Well, I think it might have something to do with this, with a lot of people just straight up not listening to the clergy anymore. I think it might be something to do with that. There's not much Reformation. Let's pause and take note here. There's not much Reformation happening in Poland. Quite a bunch in northern Germany. Quite a bunch in Germany in general. Bavaria, they're getting quite reformed, aren't they? If we look at them. Yeah, they're getting moderately reformed. Surprisingly a lot down in Naples. That's interesting to see. And a decent amount in Iberia. Not as much in France. I would have expected more of a spread from this location, but it doesn't seem to be happening. That's 51 minutes, 52 minutes by my clock, so I think we'll call this episode there. As always, leave a like and subscribe if you're enjoying the series. Leave a comment if you have something to say about the video. I appreciate all the comments. I read all of them. Thanks for joining us. Let me know what you think we should do about France and England and Castile, these bigger countries kind of muscling in on our early colonial territory. I'm not sure how much there is to do. Maybe we could spring out and try and get the Mayans, but we do need that CB to do so. So yeah. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode shortly. Cheers.